Hey, how's it going? Nick Palmer, owner of Valor Mortgage. And today we're going to talk about VA eligibility. Being eligible for a VA home loan benefit is really important. It's the standard of whether you can use the VA home loan benefit or not. The certificate of eligibility is the piece of paper or your golden ticket that you need to obtain or your loan officer needs to obtain before you even start looking at houses or put an offer on a property. Why? Because just because you served in the United States military doesn't mean that you are automatically eligible for a VA home loan benefit. There are requirements that you must meet as far as service, depending on the type of service, active duty, veteran, guard, or reserve, that you must meet to be eligible for a VA home loan benefit. So please heed my caution before you even start looking at houses, before you start putting in offers. If you plan on or you think that you can use a VA home loan benefit, you yourself or your loan officer needs to obtain a certificate of eligibility. Ask your loan officer specifically, have you obtained my certificate of eligibility? Because it's going to save a lot of frustration and heartache down the road if you are not eligible for a VA home loan benefit, because you cannot get approved without that. All right, so let's jump right into this. So VA eligibility requirements. All right, so first up is going to be active duty. Very simple. If you've served at least 90 consecutive days all at once without a break in service, you meet the minimum active duty service requirements. Basic or boot camp, an AIT or tech school does not count towards your 90 days. Your day one of your active duty starts when you report to your first duty station. So 90 days in, after you report to your first duty station, that is when you will be eligible for an active duty for the VA home loan benefit if you are active duty. Veterans. So depending on when you served, the requirements are a little bit different. Right now, we're going to talk about August 1990, Gulf War to present. For my Vietnam veterans out there, if you have questions about the eligibility during that era, please reach out to me directly. I will obviously, or leave me a comment. I will answer those questions for you or provide the eligibility requirements with that. All right, so veterans, kind of just a lot of oars roll into this, but it's pretty consistent as far as what they want to see. At least 24 continuous months or the full period, at least 90 days for which you were called or ordered to active duty, or at least 90 days if you were discharged for a hardship or a reduction in force, less than 90 days if you were discharged for service-connected disability. All right, so if you're a veteran, right, and you served at least 24 continuous months, you are eligible for a VA home loan benefit. The full period, at least 90 days for which you were called or ordered to active duty. So you were drafted and you've served at least 90 days. Active duty, again, basic and or boot camp and AIT does not count. Then you will be eligible for a VA home loan benefit. At least 90 days if you were discharged for a hardship or reduction in pay. Again, you just have to serve 90 days. And obviously, if you, let's just say you were in the airborne and day one, you start jumping out of planes, messed up your knee or your back or whatever have you, and you get medically discharged or get a service-connected disability and get discharged, then you would be eligible for a VA home loan benefit. All right, so let's move to my National Guard and Reserve members. This one gets a little confusing for people, and I think people lose. Unfortunately, I think our Guard and our Reserve members really get screwed on this because there's loan officers and realtors out there that really don't know the nuances of working with Guard or Reserve members. So here it is. If you've served for at least 90 days of active duty on Title 10 orders, you meet the minimum service requirements, not Title 32. Title 32 is a disaster, hurricane, flood, whatever it is, right? Title 32 does not count. You need to be called to or service on Title 10, active duty. And at that point, once you've served at least 90 days, you will receive a DD Form 214 or a DD 214. And that is going to be your active duty, and then it will make you eligible for a VA home loan benefit. The second bullet point pretty much just restates what I just said. At least 90 days of active duty service, including at least 30 consecutive days. At least 30 consecutive days, your DD Form 214 must show on that section. It will show everything as far as what you're eligible for. You'll get the full benefit. Now, if you were never called to service on Title 10, you're gonna have to serve 6 credible years in the National Guard, and you were discharged honorably. You will not have a DD Form 214. You will actually have a NGB Form 22. And that is going to be state specific with that guard attachment or detachment or that guard unit. So if you apply for a VA home loan and the loan officer, we all have the same database. We go into the VA eligibility database. We pull up with your social and your year of birth. It doesn't pull up anything. If your loan officer asks for a DD Form 214, you're not going to have one. You're going to be looking for something that you don't even have. Okay. You need to understand is that you need to get a NGB 22, NGB Form 22 or 22B. That needs to go directly to your state's National Guard or Reserve unit, not in the VA eligibility archives. It goes to your state's National Guard or Reserve unit. All right, moving on. Discharge requirements and other situations. So hands down, honorable discharge. Other than honorable, you're not going to get your VA benefits, and one of those benefits is a VA home loan benefit. If you are a surviving spouse of a veteran who's MIA, KA, or POW, you can receive a certificate of eligibility. If you have eligibility questions, obviously you can reach out to the number that's on the slide. Other than honorable, so there's 2 ways that you can qualify other than honorable, and you really want to work with a loan officer directly that has experience in this. But you can actually apply for a discharge upgrade. So if you were, in your early 20s and you're a knucklehead while you're in the service, you were discharged for whatever it is, Title 15, whatever it is, you can actually apply for a discharge upgrade through the VA benefits. VA character of discharge review process. You can actually apply for a review process or a review of your discharge, provide a supporting documentation, whatever it is. There's a lot of different scenarios that could play out. The nice thing is that the VA, just because you have an other than honorable, isn't just going to say no right away. They'll hear your case, okay, and they want to help you become eligible for a VA home loan benefit. We just have to do the legwork. We have to do the homework, and we got to put the effort in. And so if we're able to provide them enough information to make a decision to change you from other than honorable to discharge, well, actually, I apologize. It won't change your discharge, but you could potentially still get your certificate of eligibility or get your VA home loan benefit out of it. You may not get the rest of the VA benefits, but you'll at least get the VA home loan benefit out of it. The other one is medical discharge. If you were medically discharged from the military, you could still, that's going to be obviously an exception to the other, to the honorable discharge. Medical discharge, you can still be eligible for a VA home loan benefit. Again, pulling your certificate of eligibility right away or having your loan officer pull that certificate of eligibility is going to be really important for you. So that way you can ensure that you are actually eligible for a VA home loan benefit. All right, guys, so that's VA eligibility. There's a lot to it, but it's very simple if you just follow the process. But you can see that there are a lot of things you can get hung up on. So if you have any questions, please put a comment below, or you can reach out to me directly via email or my cell phone. If you like this video and it's answered some questions or giving you some insights into the VA eligibility, please like this video. As always, helps the algorithm, helps me stay top of mind for anybody looking for VA home loans or a VA home loan benefit. All right, you guys have a good one. Thanks.